We have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dupes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he cash you. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your
Ahmadiyyah.
skin?
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of informant Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X to my jeans and I got...
This is the sound of Famous Fun.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. Okay, so let's get into it. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay. Don't forget to like and share. You all know how they have the Queen shadow band. Pay attention. Okay. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Also, please double check to make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel, especially if you have not been receiving those notifications. All right. So we're getting a double dose this morning, because right after this live, we're going right into another one, because we got to talk about Megan Thee Stallion getting sued for assault. Okay. With that all being said, let's see who's in here. Okay, Pearly, Linda is here, Courtney J, Easy 7700. All right, Juju is in the house. Daniel, Claudette, Pensy, Lola, Desmond, Jane. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. Thank you, Courtney J, beloved. Nessie X, Lady Cabina is here. All right, so let's get this party started. Everyone get those likes up. I see you, Byron. Missions Vision is here. Patricia. Re-Educated Soul. Robert is here. Jack. Okay, so let's get into it. We don't have time to tarry, people. I'm already late, as per usual. Juju said he needs his double dosage. Okay, so let's talk about it. First of all, this is all nefarious. More allegations and evidence continue to pile up against Diddy. And I want you to pay attention, because all of the things that these different people are saying are absolutely adding up. Okay, let's not forget how I told you that in Rodney Jones's initial filing for the lawsuit against Diddy, he talked about how Diddy confessed to him that J-Lo carried the gun into the club for him and that he was the shooter, not Shine. And then we have Shine now coming out and saying that it wasn't him. We have Natanya Rubin coming out saying that it wasn't Shine, that it was in fact Diddy. We have the fact that in Cassie's lawsuit, she said that Diddy told her to carry his guns in her purse, just like in Rodney's lawsuit about J-Lo carrying guns in purses. So all of this stuff is adding up. And now we already found out about the freak-offs and the partying and all this stuff going on yachts and mansions and all this stuff. Well, now this woman comes forward who says that she used to supply the girls. Okay, she used to bring the escorts. Everyone was of age. Everyone was 21 and up. But she was supplying women to Diddy for these parties he was having. Okay, these freak-offs, pay attention. And also, she was the plug, was bringing him some of the Coca-Cola, I would imagine. I'm not sure what all things that she was bringing, but I believe Coca-Cola was one of them. So anyway, this woman was arrested. She feels that she was set up by Diddy's security at the time, Uncle Paulie. So we're going to get into that, and shout out to Popcorn Planet for getting this interview and this information. Okay, so with that all being said, Exquisite Film says Jaguar was telling the truth and they called her crazy. Yes, they did. That Crazy Beach area said, not the plug. Absolutely. Okay, so yes, absolutely. Jaguar has been telling the truth. And you know, some people want to call people crazy when they're exposing certain truths that others don't want to get out, or the people that they're fans of, they don't want things said about them. You know how they'll attack people for just speaking on certain people that they admire. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I'm going to share the screen so you all can see this interview. And we got to get into Megan Thee Stallion next. I got the full court documents, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so we're on a time crunch because the next video starts at 9:45. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Here we go. Once again, shout out to Popcorn Planet for breaking this story. If you all aren't following him, you should be.
How a woman controlled a worldwide sex ring. She used to work as an intern at Sony, but then started an escort company, which led to her being introduced to Diddy and his parties. Everything seemed to be fine in that world until she claims Diddy's crew set her up to the feds, causing her 4 years in the New York State prison back in 2012 before being exiled back to Switzerland. She's here now to talk about it all. Welcome to Popcorn Planet, the interview. So excited to have Nives here. Welcome to the show, Nives. How are you doing?
Hi, Andy. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm great. You got some tea to spill here. I'm so excited to hear about it, guys. This is a wild story, and it puts a whole new perspective on this Diddy story. So I'm grateful for you being here. You're basically going to come in here and acknowledge the fact that Diddy's own team are informants with the feds, which implies that is Diddy himself an informant to the feds? Did they know all along? She's going to drop some serious evidence and tea here, guys, to sort of allude to all of this, which only creates so many more questions I have, but I'm so excited to get through this. So thank you for being here. I want to start with your background. I don't want to avoid that. So you were in the escort business. Can you sort of explain that to the crowd? Sometimes that is people would wag their finger at that. How did you do that? How did you get into that? How did you get away with that? Can you fill us in a bit?
Hey, you! Stop what you're watching right now if you drive your car less than 100 miles a day.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you, Andy. So I came, in a nutshell, I arrived in the US from Switzerland when I was 20 years old. My original plan was actually selling watches in the Diamond District, which I have done in the beginning. But in the year 2008, there was some financial problems in the United States, as we all know, was a little, financial issues that they had. So the company that I worked for went to Hong Kong, and I decided to stay. Now with no income and only an internship where you don't really make money from, right? I set up an escort service. What does that mean? It's beautiful, elegant, high-end ladies that go on dates with people that pay for that, for their time, right? What they do with their own time is up to them, between two grown people. Obviously, all my ladies were at least 21 years old, and they did that because they wanted to do that. And they were paid really well and had security. So got into that just to make a little bit as a side hustle, to make a little bit extra money. But it happened within like a year, I had 50 girls working for me internationally. And that went from Europe all over to the States, to Africa, to the Middle East, to Asia as well. And these girls, I'm from Switzerland. I'm half Italian, half Swiss. And in Switzerland, prostitution is legal. So these girls that came actually to the States that I was flying in, they were there on a 3-month visa, the regular tourist visa, and they already knew how to work. And again, they did that on their free will. And made a bunch of money and left the States again. So that's kind of how all that started. And I got into that because my best friend, she was working in one of those escort services. I never did. Obviously, no judgment. But I was really good in managing it, like setting up the times, make sure everyone is on time, kind of coach these girls a little bit how to be a lady. And how to keep it interesting, because looks is one thing, but as well, you have to be able to keep a conversation and entertain these gentlemen,
Yeah, and no judgment. I just want the background there because I think also relevant based on some of the charges Diddy's facing. I want you guys to really know her background. And so through that work, that you were then also started an internship at Sony. You met D-Rock, which was Biggie's right-hand man at the time. Also then connects you to Uncle Paulie, who was head of security. Connects you through Diddy. And so that's where all these connections to Diddy and that team happened. Yes.
Yes, exactly. So I met D-Rock just being out and being all at these places where he was as well. And he invited me to some event where I brought my friend with me, and my friend started dating Uncle Paulie at that time, which was the head of security. But that was back at that time. I don't know if he's still working there or not, but he was around for many, many, many years. I think he's pretty much well known in the industry. And so they started dating, and I started to form a friendship with him, more like a brother-sister friendship over the years. And that's kind of how we started doing business together. At first, obviously, he did not know about the girls or all my other businesses, because my goal was to be a manager or A&R in the music industry, setting up tours, anything like that. That's how that was my long-term goal. It was not to be a madam or run escort services. That was just a means to survive in New York. As you know, it's very expensive there.
Yeah, without a doubt. And so you're figuring that out. That's all happening. And that's when you get into the sort of the Diddy scene, the Diddy parties, right, et cetera. We have to be careful on some of the keywords we say, but substances were then brought in. And that's when things and women. And then at a certain point, you were asked to bring in certain amount of substances more than you were comfortable with, correct?
Right, but that was through through Uncle Paulie. That was not for the party. So there's a difference between the parties and the studio and so on. That was just small amounts. But then obviously for me, it was not even the interesting part, like with those substances. It was more like for parties, favors, and for the clients, right? And then if someone asked me for it, I would just give it to them. It was not even about making money. It's just more like getting favors for favors, right? That was more a little bit my way of dealing with it. And since that they were taking a liking into that product, they asked me to just set up, or they just wanted to know who my connect was, right? Which I was not able to give out. And then since he did a lot of favors for me, I kind of felt obligated, being naive, at that time I was 24, obligated to set him up with a bigger amount, which that it kind of, was my big mistake.
So they ask you basically to smuggle a huge amount of, like, they want you to now sort of help be a mule in a way and get some of these across, was it Mexico?
Right. I mean, that was just the first question. Was really, really odd because we used to go to these poker parties up in Harlem, like private parties. And then he asked me one night if something happened because he invested into something, if I could bring some drugs over the border. And I said, no, hell no, I'm not going to do that. I'm scared. And again, I'm a girl, right? I'm not like a street person or anything, especially at the time, but I just wanted to be down and be the person that they can count on, right? Because they have hooked me up with a lot of things in the industry, with parties, events, with people. So I felt obligated, right? But I declined that. So then a few months later, he asked me, look, I just need product because whoever we were dealing with, that person got caught up or something happened, right? And he's like, I just need that one favor from you. And it was not, he was not involving Puff at all, right? So that was just him and a friend of his that he introduced me to. But he said it was all together, like, how can I say, it's just his group, his affiliates, let's say. Right.
And so he does this, and you then eventually begrudgingly agree to do this smuggling run as a favor.
Right, but no, it was in New York, so I did not go over the border or anything. I just hooked him up with a substantial bigger amount. I was meeting his friend that he introduced me to on an Upper East Side restaurant, like a luxury place. And the second I went in there, he kind of made a comment of like, oh, I have the money, which was really loud for the fact that we were there like a little bit, not to be out there. And that second, the feds stormed the entire restaurant. They took me down into handcuffs. And I was really, again, very naive. I didn't know exactly what was happening. Why was that happening? This is a friend of his. So, and I didn't really understand as well the American system, right? How you can even set somebody up. Because as far as I know, it doesn't work like that in any other country, especially not where I'm from. You can't just do a crime and then set somebody else up so they're doing the time, so I didn't understand that. But what fact is that guy that said I have the money, if we both got arrested as they claimed, he would have been my co-defendant, but he wasn't because he was an undercover agent. Uncle Paulie never got arrested, right? So that means he collaborated with that undercover agent from the DEA, right? And after that, when things are kind of like, when I went to Rikers Island and now I understand what my charges are and so on, they obviously wanted me to write out who was my connect and who are my clients from the escort service, right? And obviously I didn't talk to them about it. I did not give out any names. So I had to figure out, okay, how can I kind of drop down my time a little bit in that sense? Because I was looking at a pretty substantial amount of time. And the good
that was gonna be my question. Like, what was the sentencing exactly? How do you didn't rat people out from what you've told us, and so you decided not to do any of that, and you could have, but you stood to your ground. How did you get away with a lessened sentence, and what was that process like?
Right. So what happened is they made a mistake with the warrant that they have for my house, right? So in the beginning, I was charged with 12 counts of an A1 felony related to drugs, trafficking, and so on and so on. Obviously, sometimes mostly when they charge you, even the feds, they charge you with a lot of things, so something will stick to that, because they were not looking for me. They were looking for me to give up my connect. They were looking for me to give out the names, right? So when they went into my house, they had the wrong, I think, apartment number, so everything failed in that sense. They took all my money. So I didn't have money for a lawyer, but I had some money tucked away in Switzerland. So I was able to retain a lawyer, and those lawyers were actually able to clean out a little bit all the mistakes that the feds have done in that arrest, right? I decided not to talk, but obviously a lot of people were afraid of me to talk, and we are talking more about the clients of the escort service. And that way there was some favors open, and I was able to get a lesser sentence, right? Because in the end of the day, it's all the same circles that they're running in. So from the 8 years they initially they offered me, it went down to 4 years. And because it was a non-violent crime, I was able to do 2 years in prison and then get deported and just get a 25-year, just I can't come back to the States for 25 years. That's like how kind of the deal was. You know,
so you're paying the price. You clearly, made some mistakes. You took the time. You're doing it. Kudos to you for doing that. A lot of people are always trying to get away with actually doing any of that stuff. So you've done that. But I just want to focus on that again, because as I hear your story, it's just terrifying, the prospects of what that means. It implies then, because I'm with you, how does Diddy's right-hand man not know that he's an informant for the feds right out the gate, right? And threw you under the bus to get it. Why are they trying to get your person? Are the feds covering up for Diddy? Are the feds working with Diddy to wipe out the competition because you're bringing some small party favors to a party? Are they trying to bring their own in? There's a lot of questions in my head then goes to why were the feds coming after you and not them? I mean, are these questions valid? Do you have these questions too?
Yeah. No, and again, I have talked to different people. One of my really good friends is Gene Deal, as he has been very big on this whole P. Diddy situation, has been talking about it for years. And he has told me that, look, in the streets, it's known that Uncle Paulie has been a rat. And the reason was because when all that stuff happened with the BMF, right? We go back to the Black Mafia family, which the drug ring has supported all the businesses of the music industry, right? Somehow Puff was probably involved as well, not maybe personally, but the crew around him. And a lot of people got arrested in year 2005 and 2006, but some people never got arrested, even they were very deep involved in it, right? And those people probably have to now work as a confidential informant. I'm not saying that is exactly how it went down. That's just like how it makes sense and how it has been talked about for many, many years. Because at the end of the day, if you decide to be a confidential informant, you will have to work for them for a very long time. And they were going to keep reuse you, and they're going to keep, and they're going to pay you as well, right? But in the end of the day, the way I saw Uncle Paulie, he was big in the streets. He was a gangster, quote unquote, right? I mean, he's known everywhere. He was a big guy with a big crew. And I never thought that he would be working with the feds, right? But that's just how it is. Again, I mean, there's no other way around it, or that I misunderstood, or a mishap happened. No, because he would have been locked up as well if he would not have been working with the feds.
I guess I have so many questions, and we're going to talk about a lot more. But in this installment here, what do you think Diddy is also an informant for the feds? Before we even get to the recent allegations, the raids, based on your experience and what you went through, is that a possibility?
I personally think yes. That's just my opinion. That's not a fact. But I think, yeah. With
Fascinating.
All the things he got away with so many things over the years. I mean, yeah, and he has a lot of power, right? And he bought a media company, so he has just, and he has these videos of all these influential people, as we heard, right?
I'm going to stop you there because I want to get into that. I want to get into the raids. I want to get into Nevez's thoughts and all this, but this is all too juicy to put into one. Sorry, guys.
Forgot to unmute my mic again. Okay, so with that all being said, very salacious news. And if Diddy's people, one of his bodyguards, Uncle Paulie, was an informant, well, that all makes sense to me because Diddy was clearly an informant. Okay, now for those of you who missed it, let me just bring this back to the forefront of your memory when I showed you all that Diddy was absolutely a confidential informant. Gene Deal said it first. I've been telling you all this since 2021, okay, that I always believed that Diddy and Jay-Z were working with the feds. And then Gene Deal said it and said it was documented, and I showed you all the receipts. So let's go to that real quick before I show you this next video. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Time the feds swooped in, Diddy was said to be attempting to board his private jet to fly to the Bahamas. Yesterday, Facebook. Y'all see that? That's the man right there, Mark Parody. The white guy at the top, he's retired now. He's like 70-something years old. His name is Mark Parody, okay? That is the man that Diddy was the confidential informant for. Here is the paperwork. Mark J. Parody, Special Agent, FBI. Sean J. Combs. Enter 5/9/1995. Please pay attention. Okay, so I told you all, honey. I told you all Diddy was the feds. Pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's play this next video where she talks about how her fiance also was arrested. Okay, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Here we go.
They had to like throw out a lot of stuff from the arrest because it wasn't correct. So I was blessed in disguise, but I still had to do time. You know, I definitely had to take a deal at one point, and I couldn't go to trial because I would lose. You know.
Right.
And he never got arrested, Uncle Paulie. And of course, I mean, on my part, my side, no one got arrested either. So I just took the blame. And I think he counted that I would snitch, you know, so that he would be out of the thing. And while I was in prison, a lot of people came up to me and told me, like, he's known for, and it's not, I'm not here to retaliate or like, you know, I just feel like people who deal with him right now should at least know that they're not doing the same thing that I went through. That's the only thing I really want to do.
So he basically introduced you to the undercover. Yes.
And he never got arrested. He would know, right? Then he would have get arrested for conspiracy, but he never did. And of course, my fiance got arrested as well.
Okay, so in her situation, she didn't snitch, and that turned out to work in her best interest as far as I'm concerned, because she only ended up doing like 2 years of her sentence. Okay, and she didn't have to snitch on anybody, unlike Paulie, who clearly set her up. And I think that Diddy absolutely knew what Paulie was up to, because I think Diddy helped him to set her up. Now, that's all my opinion and speculation. Okay, Diddy maintains his innocence to all of these allegations against him. Please pay attention. So with that all being said, but now that we know with documented proof that Diddy was in fact a confidential informant, I'm just saying, and it was around that time, I'm just saying it all makes sense to me that Diddy has gotten away with all of these things for years, all of these alleged crimes, and, you know, all the rumors and things that we've heard about him. He's gotten away with all this for years. And then this woman gets set up when she's affiliated with the Diddy and his security. Yeah, I absolutely think Diddy was in on it. And Jay-Z, I believe he was as well. And don't forget the video that I did showing you how it's alleged that Jay-Z is the one who funded the documentary Surviving R. Kelly. Okay, because he's friends with the woman, Dream Hampton, who executive produced it. Okay, please pay attention. And we already know that he was ticked off because R. Kelly sued him for $75 million after that Best of Both Worlds tour when they had that beef and all of that. And basically, yeah, he absolutely has an axe to grind, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so Easy says this music industry tied into lots of illegal activity. Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, beloved. And let's not forget what Jonathan Oddie said. He said that Diddy had a Ciroc agenda where he wants people to binge on alcohol and illegal substances, and that he had a hip-hop agenda where he wants to traffic illegal substances through the music industry. And it sounds like that's exactly what he's been doing. And Jaguar Wright said the same thing, and so did Sloan Bella. So please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast because we got to talk about Meg Thee Stallion, honey. This is juicy. Meg has been accused of sexual harassment as well as assault. Well, not assault, I'm sorry. Sexual harassment, okay? This young man claims that Meg made him sit there and watch her get it on with another female. So we're going to talk about that. I have the court docs and all of that. Everyone, please like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. Make sure that you're still subscribed to the channel. Okay, you know people become mysteriously unsubscribed every day. All right, so I will see you all in the next chat starting in 5 minutes. Until next time, beloveds, each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got